Now the money is spent, everything is going nicely. But it's organized.
Yes, everything management means everything is in order.
If there's no manager there, then the sannyasi can step forward.
Sometimes, though, it's hard to maintain this routine. You yourself told the devotees not to go out and purchase excessive amounts of sweets, but that didn't check them. They're still in the sweet shops continually. This morning I went to wake a devotee up. I woke him up at 3:45. I said, Prabhu, you want to get up now? It's 4 o'clock, time to wake. So he didn't awake, but I went ahead and bathed because I wanted to do that. And then I come back, and it was almost time for Arti. So I said, if you're not going to bathe, at least get out of bed and come to Arti. But he wouldn't even do that much. So what can you do under these conditions when you tell somebody you can't physically
The whole
twist their
idea is
arm?
that if you create a spiritual atmosphere that's so enlivening that everyone will want to participate in it, that's the solution. You can't individually treat each person. You have to get the whole thing generated by pouring water on the
If you
roof.
sit down for chanting, this will automatically come. If one is late, then you can say, why did you not come? But if there is no chanting, no sitting, simply wake up, all I am waking up. Habits no. But one may wake up or not, you begin your work immediately.
We go to the Arti. We go to up into the temple for the Arti. So he stays in bed and sleeps, and we go to the Arti.
No, that if he stays in the bed, then you should ask to leave. Yes.
Srila Prabhupada?
Not that fighting.
Srila Prabhupada?
Yes.
I just want to say one thing, that then I'll leave because this is a meeting of the management here. But I saw the boy after he was beaten, and as far as that was very cruel. It looked very cruel to me. It looked like he was beaten with boards. It looked criminal. So I don't think if it happened to me, I would sue. If that happened to me. Boy's eye could be put out. That's not good under any circumstance.
That we are discussing. That was not the question.
The whole thing is that we're sort of at a crisis in India in terms of our presence here. Our prestige has hit an all-time low simply because of our conduct, that's all. Not because of our teaching or because we're white or anything like that. It's just because of our conduct. It's been so bad, abominable. We don't in any way compare with the Indian sannyasis in our conduct. So how can we expect to honor Srila Prabhupada if we conduct ourselves like this? And so it's our responsibilities as the leaders not to avoid it, not to avoid the other devotees, but to train them now. Begin training them.
This is Krishna training. Now we should have our routine work. Just like here, punctually, as soon as I see 7, I ask, why we not Kirtan meeting? As soon as it is 5, I immediately ask. So there may be small assembly, but the routine work must be followed. If somebody is sleeping, the Kirtan is going on, or morning prayer is going on. So he may be said that if you sleep like that, then you cannot leave.
I said that to that boy previously. I told him not to
That's
live
all
there.
right, but why do you offer something? Pour water on his body.
Something to waken him.
We should not do anything which may provoke some anger. The best thing was to say that he is not, you could say to me that he is incorrigible. And I could have asked him, but not he would have finished. He may give warning once, twice. If he does not follow, then we shall ask him, please leave this place. That's all. That should be our message. We should also. The police said that when I told him that our regulation is that everyone should get up at 4. So he immediately said, I don't see anyone who dies at 4. The policeman said, nobody. What can I ask?
How can he say that, Srila Prabhupada? How can he see if anyone is rising at 4 or not?
Now here it is. He says, nobody dies early in the morning. Just by your side.
But he is rising.
I'm rising.
He is rising, but others.
Some others are rising. Not all, but some of them are rising.
The whole point is that the sannyasis must see that that standard is kept to the highest. That's their job. That's why you've taken
But
your
that
stand.
should be observed and peacefully should be settled. If it is not peacefully settled, the man who is continually disobeying, he should be respectfully asked, please go. You cannot do it. That,
Who has the authority to say to somebody, please go, though? Who has the authority to tell a person, please go? We don't know who. I don't know who has
the
that
president
authority.
will say, so I am here, I shall say. This will be done, it will not be.
This danda gives authority to the...
That gives
Not in
authority.
ISKCON.
That gives
Not in
authority.
ISKCON.
Yes, it does. In
No,
the
it
U.S.
No, they do not respect the
Yes, they do not
No,
respect
they
us.
don't.
see? Because you may not deserve it then.
No, I'm getting some. The thing is, they may say like that, but behind my
That
back,
if they
people
do
are
not
talking some
also
things.
obey the orders of the sannyasi, then naturally, but that thing should be brought to the notice of hand or some official president. Then steps should be taken that if we cannot follow the rules and regulations, we must leave. There is no question of fighting. First thing is that the sannyasi, the leader, they should behave themselves according to the rules and regulations, and then they should ask others to follow. The others, if do not follow, once, twice excuse, 3 times, please let it go.
If you follow strictly the principles, then you'll be automatically respected.
Now, I wanted to ask somebody to leave, but how does he leave? You have to buy him his ticket or something. There was a boy, an Indian, Indra
Leave himself, he can go to other centers.
So I wanted to ask him to leave, but where will he go? Who will pay for his way out? Couldn't leave.
Then one thing is, that is ultimate. We are canvassing, we are preaching to bring men.
Yeah.
To get them out is not our business. That is not our business. But he is incorrigible. It is not, then he must. That is. We were making so much preaching, why? To bring men, not to ask them to go. But if for some paltry reason we ask, that is not. But when he is incorrigible, first of all we have to try to correct him. And that is preaching. Our preaching is that people are useless. We have to train them in such a way they may take it. That is our mandate. But if he is completely incorrigible, then he will get. Otherwise it is not our business that as soon as we see something is being wrong, but he must be trained by our example, by our teaching, by our word. Santa Chinnanti Uktivi, by word, by example, he should be corrected. If I cannot correct him by my words and example, that is also my intimidation. Because you cannot expect that everyone has come here, sadhu. It's not. We collect from ordinary man. But we have to make him sadhu. That is preaching. That is preaching. That you have to do tactfully. Not that because one is incorrigible manner, after trying all our ways, if he is still incorrigible, then we can ask. Not that for faulty reason he is not doing. Get out. That get out, if you beg, then everything has to be get out. That is not the policy. Policy is first of all to correct. That is teaching. As far as possible, by example, by teaching, by everything. By engaging. That is our school, it is a school. If a student does not learn nicely, you cannot say, get out. As far as, but when it is absolutely impossible to correct him, then you have to ask. And if there is money required, you have to manage the money. What can you do? But I don't think, if we try our best to correct him, this ultimate punishment will be required. Because after all, human being, and our business is to teach and become ideal ourselves. Apani Achari Prabhu Jiveri Sikha. We have to teach by our personal behavior. If you rise early in the morning, if you take your bath, if you sit down regularly and keep them class, how he can deny? How one can deny? It is not possible. But if I smoke, I ask others not to smoke. That will never be possible. Apani Achari Prabhuji. First of all, you have to behave. If one is not cleansing, you shall take this. This thing I saw sometimes. Rub this way, rub this way. We have to do like that. Not that I command you do this, I cannot do it. Get out. Not that. You show it. After our life is sacrificed for teaching. And that teaching means one should behave himself nicely. He cannot say that you do not do this. Just like one day in London, there are some talks with Nanda Kumari. He was accusing him, you are accusing him. I heard from God. So you should do in such a way that he cannot accuse you. If you ask him to rise early in the morning, take your bath, and if you do not take, of course in some special case, I was taking early bath, and now I do not take, because due to my health, very different. Otherwise, regularly I was taking, not even hot water in English. This hot water bath I began in your country, otherwise I have never taken. Even in severest cold. Here also I am trying to avoid, I am keeping this tub of water, sunshine, whatever little warm it becomes. That's all. So, of course, for special health reasons, one cannot rise, he is sick, that is another thing. Otherwise, everyone should rise early in the morning, take bath and be ready for performing our ceremonies by 6 o'clock, by 5 o'clock. And the Kirtan party, should everyone go. It may be a small distance, but all our men should go. That will be real engagement. You see, in the early in the morning, so many parties come.
From 3:30.
3:30. So you behave yourself and others will follow. What is that? Cleanliness and following the routine work. That is our method. You must be very clean, neat and clean. Rise early in the morning. Well, we have got our duties.
It's like yesterday Dvija Hari came over and he said he couldn't get anyone to clean the temple. No one would clean over Keshaghat. I said, well, there's so many sannyasis there. Ask them to organize a cleansing party. He said, oh, no one will clean. They will not do it. So it doesn't.
Some people say that you have to get cleaning.
We
If
have
they
that,
won't,
but
then
they've
you
left.
show them
No,
how.
so
You
that's out of
do it
context
also.
Because so many people have come and gone. We had a cleaning group. They've left for other parties.
No, but I'm just saying there were many men there that could have cleaned, but they refused to do it because they following your examples.
I'm cleaning my room. I'm cleaning outside also. I haven't seen it.
Anyway,
Not
whatever is
criticizing.
done, this should be followed like
No,
that.
I'm not criticizing.
That Aponi Achari Prabhu Jivaisya, this should be the principle. One should teach others by behaving himself correctly. Then it will. Everyone should remain clean. Everyone should like that in the morning, begin the work, every routine work. So then you can ask him, why you are not right? Why you are not clean? Then he will be ashamed of himself. So this principle should be followed. Aponi Achari Prabhu. Is it not?
Yes, well, for myself in particular, I don't think that many people take my words very heavily. There's so much bad talking about me. First they say the songs are Maya, then the tunes are Maya. They have, behind my back I hear all kinds of things they're saying. So nobody takes my words seriously. Even though I may quote from any scripture, they don't respect me.
Maya.
That's
Songs are
the
Maya. Hare
report
Krishna.
came from. As soon as I left Calcutta, there's all the bhajans, they're all, that's Gaudiya poison. Then, okay, the songs are alright, but the tunes are poison. Now how can I
heard something in
overcome
reference to that. You wrote, one of the devotees in Calcutta, you wrote, he came to Bombay, Bhavananda, and he said that he had signed a letter, something like, I pray that I may be engaged in the service of my Guru Maharaj. And you wrote back, we are personalists to the letter, so that when we say Guru Maharaj, we always say the name, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada or Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. We don't just leave it in as vague Guru Maharaj. So we were singing Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudev, and he was saying, well, that is impersonalist.
Also, he says Nitai Gaur Haribol. That is also, that's mine.
And so he was saying that all these bhajans, they're not bona fide because they are.
Nitai Gaur Haribol is not bona fide. Who said bona fide?
Well, not that. He was saying Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Prabhupada. That is not good.
Huh?
That was saying that is not good, Jaya Gurudev, because it does not say who. It just says Gurudev. It could be any Gurudev. So he was criticizing that.
Who was it?
Bhavananda, because of the letter you wrote to him saying that we are personalists to the letter.
So it means I'm a Mayavadi. That's what it means.
Well,
No, it's a matter of overall conduct, not just individual specific things.
And overall, I'm a
I
Mayavadi.
find an overall bad atmosphere in India, resentment against many of the devotees, party politics and different things like that are going on. It's
Just
not limited, it's going on all over
That's
India.
so.
very heavy.
Just like with Tamal Krishna. He has the respect of everyone now because he's doing such a good job of managing. He's performing nicely his devotional work, and he's getting some results. That's respect. Then you'll get respect. Bali Mardana Maharaj, he's built up ISKCON Press till it's just like that, and everyone touches his feet when they see him. You don't find anyone disrespecting him because he's performing his duties. You automatically get respect if you perform something nicely. Not just say, oh, the atmosphere is bad.
We have got many faults. We can find out. But generally, if I behave nicely, others will find that I may have some fault, you may have some, because we are not liberated for all. We are all trying. So, generally, you should behave very nicely according to the rules and regulations. Chanting 16 rounds, rising early in the morning. Particularly, maybe there is some difficulty here. So, generally, our general rules are common. First of all, rising early in the morning, be clean and be ready for our performances. If these things are followed, you chant 16 rounds, then everything goes.
In your lectures, you emphasize two aspects must be there: Gyan and renunciation. So some knowledge is there, but that part of the difficulty is with most of the devotees in every temple in India is that they have not renounced these dirty things completely. They still are attached to sense gratification, even on gross levels. So whether a sannyasi or anybody interferes with their sense gratification, they tend to not oblige because they are attached to doing things the way they want. And they think because they are in a foreign country, here a long way from America where the standards are very rigid, that they can do any manner of nonsense and nobody will check them. And if you try to correct them, then they will only do it behind your back. We have seen this with the sweet shops, with rising early, anything that interferes with them doing exactly as they please. They don't want to oblige. And this is in Calcutta, this is in Bombay, and it's happening here in Vrindavan. It's not something that's isolated here to the palace, but the devotees all over, they're just behaving on a level of sense gratification, and that's why there is so much Rajas Gun in the temples. So much Rajas Gun.
This is a fact. Now how to correct it? If you do not correct yourself, how?
Well, many of us have tried to correct ourselves, and as a result we have been accused of being separatists, simply because we don't want to go along with the nonsense that everybody else is doing, but we want to maintain some standard for ourselves of reading and chanting, because we don't want to sit down and talk nonsense or do nonsense, and if you try to stop them, they will not stop. So why we should fall down to that level? So we behave as separatists. We go into our room and we'll read, or we'll go into our room and chant, or we'll try and keep ourselves clean, or try and do these things. And that is separatism, because it's not falling into the level of Maya that's going on everywhere else in the temple, engaging in party politics and all these other things. That is what I feel about it. Most of the devotees, they seem out of place.
Whatever is done is done. Now, you try to correct others by behaving yourself. Otherwise, there is no need of keeping so many men. We have attempted this thing now, and you might remain here. Otherwise, it will be not very nice to attract men. People are attracted by seeing your behavior. They are seeing that Europeans and Americans, they are adopting such nice personality. They are attracted on that point. But if we are not to the standard point, they immediately appear, they are different. So that should be correct. We should behave ourselves nicely with each other, then it will be effective. Another, this is general principle. Now we have discussed Now you try to follow. Another thing that the Kesi Ghat affair, shall we make further progress to acquire that property? Or we should drop? What is your opinion? From the circumstances as that is now. Because any temple, it must be nicely, very nicely managed. Otherwise, you cannot attract. Our Los Angeles temple, we have to attract people because it is so nicely managed, very nicely managed. We have seen. So, unless, and that means there must be sufficient men to manage such a big temple.
I don't think that there's enough people to clean up and manage and keep clean Kesi Ghat. Maybe in the future sometime, but
At the present it is not.
so big, so big.
Plus the quality of people that are there, less people of a higher quality in a smaller place. They would do much more good. Like I was in the Philippines by myself, all alone, but still, the work could go on much quicker because I could avoid all of this. I could avoid all of this, what we're having right now. I could avoid it completely because there was nobody there to cause it. All new people. So
Yes,
Everybody here knows everything. That like
it goes up very quickly because the people they're automatically attracted. And then you teach them, you train them. So last, Americans, and just one or two people that want to manage, and then start with the people here, the Indian people.
Yeah.
And as they develop and become strong, then develop the center. It may take a long time, but it'll be solid. It'll be more solid than just bring a bunch of Americans here, and then the whole thing falls to pieces. And then we ruin our reputation in that particular area where we want to open.
Then
a
what
temple.
is your suggestion?
That you start a small center and then develop it gradually with less inexperienced people.
We've had a small center here.
Huh?
We've had a small center here for nearly a year, 8 months.
well, we're not saying that he's not saying that that's going to succeed, but at least it may not be as much of a travesty. Whether or not we're going to succeed at all in India in getting Indians to listen to what we were saying, that's another whole point.
But at least we won't be killing ourselves. At least we won't be making it so that in the future we will have to leave India. We'll be asked to leave. Our visas will be taken away and we'll be asked to leave. These things can happen very easily. It's not an impossible thing. There are places in the world where we can't go already. Singapore, these things have happened. So I feel we should be very, very careful and selective about who we let
Yes,
manage.
Singapore, our men cannot enter.
Yeah.
This has happened.
Yeah. There's many places that, although legally we can enter, still people don't like us. You know.
Yes, Singapore. Legally also you can enter.
They wouldn't even let you in.
I think that his point, I think we spoke about this in Manila, was that anywhere in the world, as a general policy, from what I've experienced, is that if one or two people are sent to an area or are in an area and they're given full authority to try to get that population to engage in bhakti yoga, engage in this process, that gradual development with the local people, that has more effect than if we bring in a big party and try to do a big thing. And then the person has to get strong who's doing it. If I have to go somewhere, then I have to get strong for myself. I have to, start from scratch.
Yeah, I know the difficulty they're having, the sannyasis have here, because many of these devotees think it's more like a tour, vacation to come to India. They don't have to follow the rules and regulations.
Right.
They're only here temporarily. They're just passing through. But it's very difficult, I know. But still, we have to try to train somehow.
Therefore, we cannot establish very big establishment because they come as a tourist.
Yeah.
If the temple is constructed, it would have to be more rigidly controlled. It would have to be managed by people that, by their preaching and by their Krishna consciousness, can make it so that the people who come and stay in that temple will want to practice bhakti. It can't be a negative thing. A negative motivation is not going to keep it.
In such camps, because we are not established. So, under the circumstances, what is to be done? Reduce devotees.
We have our base in Calcutta, and we have our base in Bombay, those two places. Those are important cities in the world.
In Naman, as long as our temple is not constructed, we are minimized.
Yeah.
So therefore automatically there is no question of negotiating.
Because not everyone is going to want to be, if the temple is not there where the devotees can just come and fall into the schedule and program and activities, then they'll not want to maintain any standard themselves. They just fall back immediately into their old habits, naturally.
Of course, we could enter the negotiations and save it for a future date because it won't be available.
I don't think we need to worry about that. I think that if we don't worry about the material thing at all, that if we do these, we start and we have a spiritual base, that it'll grow naturally and Krishna will provide us with any material facilities we need. We don't need to try to get things for the future.
Yeah.
If we have devotees,
that's why I think Krishna doesn't want us to have it really.
Yes.
What's the use of having a giant temple if we're all... We have seen that all over India. They have giant temples, but no management.
As far as the men, since I think a lot of, even some cases they are sending problem cases to India, people they can't manage in the States. I think maybe if you actually, since in the States you've divided the states into territories, and certain men have certain territories, if you maybe appoint certain people in charge of territories of India and ask them which men they want, then they will tell you who they want, and the rest they can send away or send somewhere else. Then you'll have solid centers because the men will actually be desired.
So we make that.
That's what, didn't Shankaracharya do that? Divide up 4 parts?
Yes. And we have, Shankaracharya was concerned in India.
Yeah.
We are preaching all over the world. Therefore we have divided for 12. 12 zones. My idea is like that, Shankaracharya.
But India itself could be divided even a few parts for
that
preaching.
Is already divided. Calcutta, Bombay, Maya, Vrindavan.
So the men in charge, they could say which men they wanted to keep and the rest they could send somewhere else. And that way you would have men who were willing to work on the project. And if they were not willing to work, they could also be sent somewhere else.
So make something like that. Because I cannot tax my friend with the administration.
Well, tomorrow Krishna will be in Hyderabad.
Physically I am weak, and besides that, if I have to see to the administration, then I cannot think of writing books and how to present our philosophy to be understandable by the people. Therefore the administration is divided. Now you do little intelligently. We have got still respect. Keep our standard. People will like us. People want to give us help. Just like this big sannyasi, one of the biggest sannyasis is Gangeswaran. He is attracted. But he is a man of immense resource, men and money, immense resource.
You have to be careful not to
And
offend these people,
yeah.
spiritual beings.
So, not offend, right?
That-
There is no question of offending. We should behave ourselves very nice. Offending
Yeah.
or pleasing, that is not good.
No.
You cannot offend everyone, neither you can please everyone.
Yeah.
That is not possible. You keep to your stand.
Not.
You keep to your stand. Then everyone will see, oh, it's nice. Offending, you cannot please everyone. That is not possible. Even if you behave very nicely. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could not please everyone. He had to start civil disobedience. Even Gandhi was killed. That is not possible. You cannot please everyone. But you must stick to your own principle and behave nice.